Another day, another dollar. I just can't believe I can go on so many months without creating a new video. I mean, if you just do this, I can just sit back and wait till school comes. School. Well, time to just go to sleep. Make a new video! Dude, what are you doing in my house? If you don't make a new video, Dr. Wiley's probably gonna destroy us or something. It's like 11:36. I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't care, just create a video on anything. I mean, you haven't created a video in months. Okay, smart guy. Then what video I'm gonna make? Dude, it's your choice. You can just make any video on anything. How about I make another Dragon Ball Z video? I mean, not like I made enough of those, right? But what it be on? I mean, I'm not gonna copy like other videos. That's it. I'm gonna make something that only I can relate to. I'm gonna make a video about how Dragon Ball is important to me. Aw, yeah. I actually really don't care.
Step up, bring it. Yes, sir. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wings licked. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wings licked.
As many of you know, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and basically any other Dragon Ball property, came from Japan by the artist and story writer Akira Toriyama, but it haven't really gotten notoriety in English before Toonami came on. And you might be saying, oh wow, this dude is literally gonna tell the story of how he saw it on Toonami and oh how he fell in love with it in the early 2000s or something like that. Actually, no. I actually hated Dragon Ball Z before. It may sound shocking to you, but hear me out. When I was a little kid, I'm talking about 4 and 5, I kept on turning back to Cartoon Network. So I turned back Cartoon Network and Dragon Ball Z was on. Now it wasn't just any saga, it was a Cell saga. Now I was like a little kid, so like, let me see this. And I started to watch it on TV, but this is before Kai. This is way before Kai. I hated Dragon Ball Z, well, the early dub, because I hated the original version that came on Toonami, because it was just talking and talking and talking, and there was music in the background. Like every 5 seconds, and I really wasn't digging that when I was a kid. So I'm like, man, this freaking sucks. So I just turned it back and watched the Avatar, the true anime.
To learn before he's ready to save anyone.
But when I grew older and older, I soon got a computer. I started to fall in love with Naruto.
You are my friend.
Now, well, Naruto's a cool show, and I saw Dragon Ball Z, and I still hated Dragon Ball Z at the time. But on Nicktoons, they were airing Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now, many of you saying, oh wow, Dragon Ball Z Kai, wow, that's like a watered down version of the original. It erases like some of the music, or oh wow, the dub isn't up par. I mean, Gohan's voice, but that's another topic for another day. I was like, you know what, I should give this show a chance. I should really see what this show was about. And I watched it. I absolutely loved it. I'm telling you, from the moment Goku came down to Master Roshi's house, to the part where Raditz and Piccolo was face to face. From the moment Goku came down to Master Roshi's house, to the part where Raditz and Piccolo was face to face, I loved the heck out of that show, and I kept watching it, and I soon got Dragon Ball Raging Blast. Now, I played the heck out of that game, Dragon Ball Raging Blast, and you know, the typical, well, who is this? Who is that? Because at the time, I think they were still airing the Sand Saga. So I kept on playing the game. Soon I got Raging Blast 2. Then I got Burst Limit. Then I got the other games And by the years go on, it was at the Cell Saga. Now at this time, we were moving, so by the time it got to the conclusion, I didn't get to see it since we already moved and we were waiting on our cable and all that to go to the other house. And I was just extremely sad not seeing the last part of the Cell Saga, but I already knew what was going to happen since I already had the video games. Now you might be saying, what does the Cell Saga have to do with anything? Well, at the time, it stopped at the Cell Saga. I'm talking about completely stopped. There was the final chapters in Japan, but it didn't happen in America because I think at the time Nickelodeon went to GT. Now, at the time, I was in the mindset of, man, I freaking hate GT. Man, it's nothing but a run-down version of this show, and they got rid of stuff and Vegeta's mustache. But when I bought the whole series, it wasn't that bad. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't a total disgrace on the freaking Dragon Ball community, like people said. And Super Saiyan 4, no matter what you say, that's the best Super Saiyan design I ever seen. But I'm getting off the point. I'm getting off track here. I kind of bummed out how they just stopped doing the series and didn't go to the Majin Buu saga, and it was extremely sad for me. I'm like, man, I really want to see this animated, so I had to resort to watching it online, and I had to see the original dub. In my head, I was like, man, I hate the original dub. I mean, come on now, they did nothing but talk and talk and talk, did nothing but filler and all that. But I slowly started to appreciate the original dub, because without it, we wouldn't get the voice actors we have now. So here comes Toonami. Here comes Toonami rolling up, have great shows even before Kai. I think Attack on Titan arrived before Kai, and I loved Attack on Titan season 1, and I was just watching it, and then bam, I think either months later, weeks later, whatever, Dragon Ball Z Kai commercial came on, and like, oh my god, they're gonna complete the whole story. I can't believe it. But there was still no news on when they're gonna adapt the Majin Buu saga until in 2017. They said in 2017, in January, they're gonna do Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z Kai final chapters. I was extremely excited, but also I was kind of like, man, it's been so many years. I had so many opportunities to watch Dragon Ball Z Majin Buu saga. I had so many opportunities. I got the orange bricks. That's how I watched it. Even though those are lower form DVDs, I still watched it. I still loved it, and I still have my orange bricks. And I have the whole manga of the Majin Buu saga. So I didn't watch Kai final chapters as much I watched the Kai run from Nicktoons, even though it has a lot of censors on it. So kept on. I looked here and there for moments I wanted to see in the Kai final chapters dub, and it was okay. It was pretty good. I like the Vegito part. I like basically the good things about the saga. I like the good things about the saga in that retrospect. But I might do a review later on about the sagas and how I rank the sagas. And now, this day and age, you have Dragon Ball Super. You know, it's pretty good as a standalone Dragon Ball series. Not comparing it to any other high-rated anime like Hunter x Hunter and all that. And back in the day when it was just a classic Dragon Ball Z, it was just classic Dragon Ball Z. There was GT. We accepted GT back in the day, and now we have Super. It's just now we have Goku Black, but back in the day we had Evil Goku. You know, back in the day, Broly was a movie villain. You know, and we only imagined. If you told me years ago that Trunks is going to be back, I would be like, wow, that's gonna be really cool, but it's probably not gonna happen. I mean, how that's gonna happen? And Oh man, the classic debating about who is Goku's mom. I mean, who is Goku's mom? No one knows, you know. Oh man, but this is the reason why Dragon Ball is really special to me. It's because the interactions I had. It's because of how I watched it. No one told me how to watch Dragon Ball Z, and how I appreciated the series. If people ask me, what's your favorite anime of all time? I will probably say Dragon Ball Z. Even if you're like, wow, Dragon Ball Z ain't even close to being the best anime. Not even in my top 200 anime. But to me, the sentimental value of the series really hits home to me. And I know a lot about Dragon Ball Z. I can probably debate, even though I hate debating, about which character is better, power level than the series. I have to rewatch the series again because sometimes I forget about certain characters. But if you told me what's your favorite anime, I'd probably be like, you know, just throwing out there Dragon Ball Z, just throwing out there. Subconsciously, Dragon Ball Z. Now, if you told me to think long and hard about it, I'll be like, you know, you could say I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball Z since I didn't grow up with the original dub. You don't know anything, man. You had the censored version and all that. When I feel like I had a pretty close interpretation to the manga, more than filler after filler after filler. Even though there were some filler moments in Kai, it got heavily cut. And that's why Dragon Ball Z is important to me. Because it's unscripted. So you might be saying, what? This is it? I can't believe it. All of this, he's gonna make me explode. Like you're going to do some super eye patch wolf kind of analysis about how Dragon Ball Z is like the best thing you ever seen, and you're probably gonna end it off with, and that's why Dragon Ball Z is the most important anime in my life. I'm kind of not like that, you know. I'm more of a person that speaks their own mind while reviewing something, and just throwing it out there. If I'm gonna do a rant, I'm gonna do a rant. If I'm gonna do anime series review, I'm gonna do it on the spot, you know. And I might do a script, but I'm not gonna sound genuine. I'm gonna sound like a robot. If you dislike this video, please leave a comment down below saying why didn't you not like this video and how could I improve in the future. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, probably subscribe. You might be saying, oh wow, I thought you was MS Paint channel. I am kinda. I only do that sometimes. I did 2 videos in a row and was pretty successful in my eyes. But anyway, I love any feedback you give me. Mega Max Legacy out. I ain't like that, Proto. Yeah, your voice sucks. Oh. Okay then.